The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Jackson looking to throw right away.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. For the Ravens, it's 7-3 now on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Throwing is Jackson.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Jackson.
Complete to Likely.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Mitchell. Touchdown, Baltimore. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 70. And the Steelers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell.
Oh, a Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that guy
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
DK Metcalf.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
You look at this Steeler defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jamar Chase,
his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. To throw is Jackson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Once again, it's Jacobs. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Back to throw here. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for two so often?
Yeah. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Not the longest kick return, but it counts all the same. And the Ravens have cut the lead back down to 2. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down. He'll drop to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. There he goes, right side. He'll get it inside the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They go play action here on first down.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Back to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Forced out to his left. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They go play action with Jackson. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. He'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulting in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. On the move to his left. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Second and 3. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. Now Jackson.
Looking deep here for Chase.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 52 yards. Jackson on first down.
On target to his man, likely.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
But they're certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, but that last one earning them a new set of...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Escaping the front, and he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be taken in the end zone, and no run back forthcoming, so they will bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And now they'll shift things around.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out. And
now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll set up to throw.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he will have a Steelers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. And we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And the tight end goes in motion left. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Jackson on first down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Now Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. The end result, 21 yards. From the gun, it's Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, 39 yards. And the Ravens are able to widen their advantage. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Now back to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Right side, there's Likely with it. Powering his way forward. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but That lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Jackson will throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Jamar Chase
there to make the grab.
And the Ravens start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack?
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone.
Down the numbers. There he goes.
Jamar Chase to the 20.
This is too easy right here.
And they are going to score again. Yet another. Another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite.
And my goodness, another interception. Racing to the end zone, and he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Dancing to his left. And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
That went down the field for Freiermuth. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. It's brought in by Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Sideline pass to Jacobs, complete.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Looking to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now here is another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead, late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Baltimore, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8.